Hey guys, let's start the 63rd episode of Daily Football News and know what has happened in the past 24 hours. Ronaldo's future has been confirmed. Harry Kane's transfer saga not going to end soon. Chiesa is untransferable. Griezmann's future still in dilemma. Jack Grealish is unsure about his transfer. Let's quickly find out all of these in this video. Before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So at first, without a delay, let's get to know some main news of the day. Manchester City is reportedly happy to wait for Tottenham to lower their asking price for Harry Kane, as Pep Guardiola's side pursues the England skipper, per The Sun. Spurs are hopeful that Manchester United could spark a bidding war for the player's services, even as they continue to stress he will not leave North London this summer. Kane's desire to move in search of silverware and a need for transfer cash, however, may force the move in the end, and City is content to wait for a lower price than the £160 million currently set as his price tag. A banner has been displayed outside the Parc des Princes in protest of Paul Pogba's speculated move to Paris Saint-Germain. The Manchester United midfielder has been heavily linked with a move back to his home country this summer, with his deal due to expire at Old Trafford next year. But supporters have now protested the move with banners suspended outside the club's stadium and their training ground at Camp des Loges, reading, "Pogba, you should listen to your mother. She doesn't want you here. Either do we." The Portugal international has entered the last year of his contract with the Turin Giants and has been linked to a move away. Juventus Vice President Pavel Ned says Cristiano Ronaldo will stay with the club this season. Ronaldo has been linked to a move away from the Saraya Giants this summer after a disappointing 2020-21 campaign. Paris Saint-Germain is rumored to be interested in landing the Portuguese star, who has 1 year left on his contract. Ned, however, says the 36-year-old is going nowhere and will come back from his summer holiday at the start of next week. He told Sky Sport, "Ronaldo has been called up for July 26th. He'll be back on Monday and will stay with us." Liverpool has had a €100 million bid for Juventus winger Federico Chiesa knocked back. The 23-year-old is currently on loan at Juventus from Fiorentina, but the old lady must sign him on a permanent deal at the end of next season. According to La Repubblica, Liverpool approached Juventus with a €100 million offer for the Italian international, but was informed that he was not for sale under any circumstances. The report claims that returning old lady boss Massimiliano Allegri has branded Chiesa untransferable, while senior figures at the club agree with the manager's stance. The French forward has failed to live up to expectations since arriving at Camp Nou in the summer of 2019. Griezmann has attracted interest from Paris Saint-Germain and a host of top clubs in England, but it has emerged that he only has eyes on one destination. Griezmann has told Barcelona that he would only be willing to leave the Camp Nou if it meant returning to Atletico Madrid. However, Barcelona has struggled to find an agreement with Los Rojiblancos in recent days over a swap deal involving Griezmann and Saul Niguez. Atletico Madrid is still looking to bring in the 30-year-old this summer. Aston Villa captain Jack Grealish may be rethinking a transfer to Manchester City due to concerns over his playing time at the club, TalkSport believes. Man City has arguably the best squad depth in the league, with a host of top attacking players in the playmaking positions. Grealish may fear he could be a bit part player at the Etihad and could decide to stick around as the main man at his boyhood club Villa, having felt disappointed with his lack of playing time for England at Euro 2020. Now we move on to some interesting news of the day. Tottenham has completed the capture of Atalanta goalkeeper Pierluigi Gollini on a season-long loan deal. The 26-year-old shot stopper becomes the club's first major signing under new boss Nuno Espirito Santo and managing director Fabio Paratici since the pair's arrival in North London. Gollini, an Italian international, joins Spurs for the upcoming season, with a £13 million option to buy. Lens midfielder Eduardo Camavinga favors a move to Spain amid interest from Manchester United. United have held discussions with Camavinga's representatives that were described as not encouraging, as the 18-year-old's preference is a move to La Liga. Camavinga has been heavily linked with Real Madrid this year, and Rennes wants to sell the France international before the transfer window closes, as Camavinga has entered the last year of his contract. Madrid's financial issues could prevent them from paying any significant fees this summer. Giorgio Chiellini will soon begin negotiations for a new contract at Juventus, with reports he will ask for a pay rise and a 2-year deal. The Italian captain is currently a free agent, as his contract expired on June 30th, so he won the UEFA Euro 2020 tournament as an unemployed player. Chiellini had originally considered retirement after the Euros, but with his performances crucial to the triumph, he's now looking ahead to the World Cup. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, that means he is looking for a 2-year extension in Turin that would take him to June 2023. Donny van de Beek has snubbed Barcelona and wants to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United despite his chastening debut season. With Paul Pogba set for the exit door, the £40 million Dutchman now has a shot at redemption. Spanish publication Sport claims the United midfielder was offered to Barca, with the La Liga club considering sending Samuel Umtiti in the opposite direction. But the men claims Van de Beek wants to stay and nail down a starting spot at United. Italy star wants to leave Sassuolo this summer. Sassuolo are demanding €40 million for Domenico Berardi this summer, says La Gazzetta dello Sport. The Italy international wants to leave the Serie side this summer, and Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund are both interested in him, while AC Milan has backed out of a deal. Arsenal is ready to meet Tammy Abraham's wage demands to bring Chelsea forward to the Emirates this summer. Abraham could come in as Arsenal's newest frontman, having fallen out of favour at Stamford Bridge. England international Abraham is on around £80,000 a week at Chelsea, but wants £125,000, and the Gunners have indicated in talks that they are prepared to offer him that figure. Arsenal is at the head of the queue to sign Abraham, though West Ham and Aston Villa are also interested. Inter eventually had to set a price for Lukaku. Inter has put a €120 million price tag on star striker Romelu Lukaku. The Nerazzurri do not consider the Belgian on the market, as well as Lautaro Martinez. From England, the rumours about Chelsea, the European champion, intending to give a centre-forward to Tuchel, are becoming more and more insistent that barring sensational events, such as a €120 million offer, everything will remain as it is, with Lukaku, who will see his salary rise from $7.5 to $8.5 million next season, leading the Nerazzurri's attack. Tottenham is interested in signing Anthony Martial from Manchester United. The Red Devils are looking to offload the France international for around £50 million, and the Daily Star claims Spurs would be happy to take him, but the fee and his wages may put him out of their reach. Arsenal is considering a third bid worth in the region of £25 million to sign Sheffield United goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal has seen 2 bids turned down for the 23-year-old so far this summer. Any potential deal for Ramsdale is likely to include significant add-ons, with the latest bid from Arsenal believed to include an initial fee of £18 million plus add-ons, which would take the total amount above £25 million. He was part of England's Euro 2020 squad that reached the final but is yet to make his full international debut. Inter hopes to offload Ivan Perisic this summer to clear up space for other signings. Calcio Mercato says there have been no offers for the Croatia star, who has 1 year left on his contract. However, the Nerazzurri want to sign another winger and need to free up the €4.5 million they spend on his salary. Clement Lenglet has not given up on succeeding at Barcelona. Mundo Deportivo says the defender is determined to stay at Camp Nou despite interest from the likes of Arsenal, Tottenham, Everton, and West Ham. He has already knocked back an offer to join Roma this summer. Isco's future has been decided, according to AS. It was rumored that the midfielder could be given a chance in the team since Carlo Ancelotti's arrival this summer, but it seems the club's stance has not changed and he will instead be sold this summer, with Madrid hoping to get around €18 million. Isco is open to leaving as long as he finds an offer that suits him. AC Milan will submit a new offer for Diogo Dalot, says Calcio Mercato. Manchester United will only settle for a loan deal worth around €4 million, including an obligation to buy him outright at the end of the season. The Rossoneri will be in touch in the coming week to sort out a deal. Bayern Munich has expressed interest in Chelsea striker Timo Werner, according to Football Insider. The Blues are being linked with Robert Lewandowski, and any deal there could see a Germany international head back to his homeland after 1 season in England. Liverpool winger Harry Wilson has agreed to a £12 million move to Championship side Fulham. Personal terms have already been agreed upon. Last week, The Athletic reported that Liverpool had asked Fulham for £15 million for Wilson, with no bid made at that stage. A compromise has now been reached between the two clubs. Wilson will finally leave Liverpool after 5 loan spells at Crewe Alexandra, Hull City, Derby County, Bournemouth, and Cardiff. Chelsea defender Marcos Alonso is keen on linking up with Serie champions Inter, reports Gazzetta dello Sport. The Spain international is the latest fullback to see a move to San Siro mooted after recent talk of interest in the likes of Hector Bellerin and Alex Telles. Borussia Mönchengladbach sporting director Max Eberl has admitted that Denis Zakaria wants to leave the club in the summer, amid links with Arsenal and Manchester City. The Switzerland international featured at 2 matches at Euro 2020 has emerged as one of the best young defensive midfielders in Europe. The likes of City and Arsenal have been linked with a move, with the Bundesliga club struggling to tie the 24-year-old down to a new contract, and now Eberl has acknowledged that the player would rather leave. This was the end of our 63rd episode. We will be back with more interesting news and transfer rumors tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.